Crane.
Hey.
What's going on, dude?
Much.
Shall I hop in and cruise around?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so Aaron, put you on the spot now.
Okay, I'm ready.
So what's your name?
Aaron.
Aaron, you got a last name?
Barnes.
What is it?
Barnes.
Barnes. What life advice do you give to your future self and the younger generation?
Life advice for me is younger. I mean, I felt like I did it the way I needed to do it. You know? That's a tough question. That was a tough one.
Well, the other day you were talking about failure.
Well, you know, at a young age, I always felt like I wanted to do some sort of business. So I'd say the first thing is align yourself with people that run business. If you're around people like that do that kind of thing, you'll start doing that kind of thing. You'll learn. It'll just be a way your conversations will be about that, and you will just learn. I don't think I would have what I did had I not worked for who I worked for so many years. I was able to make some mistakes that didn't really cost me, you know, but I was able to learn those valuable lessons. Learning how to fail to learn how to succeed.
Yeah.
You got to fail a few times. You got to learn a couple of them lessons. I had people tell me, you know, don't do it this way, but I still did. I just did it my way, and I learned that lesson.
I'm curious, what has your career been like, and what are you currently up to?
Career's been chaotic. It's been figuring out as I go. I have no real formal education in anything that I'm doing. I just have the desire to do it.
So yesterday you were talking about how you started out where you were working for another company, and then you decided to branch off and do your own thing. How was that transition, and how does your life look now?
I would say the biggest thing with where I was working, I would have worked there until I retired. But I got tired of getting laid off. The market had changed with the housing, and it got to the point where the main goal for me to run my own business was not the money, not the success. That's not what I was looking for. I just wanted to control my own work. If I'm doing it myself, then I know I'll have work. The fortune, it wasn't the freedom of working for yourself. It was the fact that I needed to work. I was 32 when I started. I would say that was a good age because I had some experience, but I still had that drive to build something before I was in my 40s and didn't feel like it. You know, 40s, 50s, we talk about doing it our whole life, but then you get to that age where it's like you're too close to retirement. You know, you just don't want to spend all your time working to build something.
So you own a trucking company,
yes.
Correct? So could you describe your company and go into detail whether it was worth it?
Well, I definitely think it was worth it, but I grew up on a farm, so I was very familiar with farm equipment, and then with along with the internet came people buying a lot of stuff online, so I found a way to connect with those people looking for stuff to ship. So I kind of went with the equipment. I tried cars for a little bit, but anybody could do that. So I went with the equipment, stuff I was familiar, construction and a farm. Using some of that knowledge I've gained over my life to be able to operate equipment is a big part of that.
All right, so advice for your 20-year-old self, looking back.
I don't know that I'd do it different. I would, I'd say, I don't know. Because it worked out good. If I didn't have the failures that I had and learning on the go, I wouldn't be what I am today, you know. If everything was just good, like, you almost gotta, even with the kids, there's some stuff they're getting to the age where they're wanting to get into this kind of stuff and work for themselves or work or whatever, and I'll let them make their mistakes. You know, that way they'll learn. I could tell them, but who wants to hear that? and just give them that room to do it. So maybe I would say do it sooner, but I can't even say that, because there was stuff that I learned from my old boss that I needed those years to do it.
Knowing when to pounce instead of too soon or too late.
Yeah. You know, I see it just with the trucking industry, because that's what I'm in. You'll see guys, they maybe never drove truck, whatever. They drive for somebody for a couple years, and they want to go buy their own truck and run their own stuff, and they just fail because they didn't have all that experience of what it really takes to do it.
So what is the one most important thing you've learned in life and in business?
I would say make time for your family is the most important. I have gotten wrapped up in the trucking so much when I started it that I missed out on some things that I'll never get back. You know, when to be able to put down the work and walk away from the work, let's say if it's 6 o'clock or whatever time you decide, and go do your family, your me time, your that thing. That's something I'm still trying to get a hold of, and not doing a very good job of it, really.
You didn't do a very good job of it at first?
I'm still not.
Oh, really?
I'm still not, really. You know, it's the one thing. You know, learn to not do everything. You got to start getting people around you that you can trust, that can handle it, and not have to do everything. So that is the current move. I'm hoping within 3-4 years, or maybe even sooner, I can kind of get away from being in the truck and focus more on the cars and the projects, and either if it's buying and customizing and fixing and selling, or however I do it.
So that's your next moves, and you're also talking about starting a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Is there any way you could describe what you want to eventually do with your YouTube channel?
No. I don't know. You know, it's like, I don't know. I feel like just start it and see where it goes.
I think you have the right mentality, and it's like the one mentality you have to have starting a YouTube channel is like, you just got to start it and see where it ends up. Like,
yeah.
It's going to end up in places where you couldn't have predicted
right.
It's going to end up.
Right. Yeah, I don't have a plan. I don't have a set goal. I just need to do it. And really, it's something that makes me uncomfortable. Truly. So for me, it's that challenge in life. Like something new I'm not comfortable with doing that I want to do to push myself to the next level.
Yeah. That's the only place where good things happen.
Right.
And that's the difference between people who succeed and don't. The people who
I don't want to get
uncomfortable.
I don't want to get in that comfort zone where every day is just that comfortable. This is what I do every day. I don't want to do that. can. I'm ready.
So where are we right now?
We're at South Mountain Dragway. South Mountain?
Yeah.
Some town, PA. I don't even remember. What was it? Boiling Springs.
Yeah.
Boiling Springs, PA. Yep, for a little car show and drag racing today.
Yeah. So what kind of cars have we seen today?
A lot of imports. Then just a lot of American muscle.
So this portion of the segment, we'd love to see, hear what you've done with the car and give a little walk around the car.
Oh, we've done the color match more than anything, but the real fun for me has been under the hood too. You got to have that exhaust. Stock exhaust, it just can't work in any car. So we were able to keep the fab speed headers. So we were able to keep the headers and put on the tailpipes. And that I'm still learning about the car.
Yeah.
Taking the top off today, that was a big achievement. It's something I've thought about, never done. It's a lot different feel sitting in it.
Yeah, so you had worked on InshaneDesign.
Inshane,
Some rep.
he did the majority of it, and the Expel, the PPF, that was huge to be able to protect it, because see, it's all dusty today, and I want to be able to drive in the dirt and the gravel and the wherever and not have to worry about getting scratched.
So what was painted and what was wrapped to match the paint?
This is wrap. This is paint. This is all wrap. This might be a combination. There might be some paint and wrap on there, and then everything on the front. This surprised a few people at Carlisle that I had all that painted. That really showed it off. Painting this whole front, because normally this one thing would be color would be this. Just didn't like the look of it. Still, see, I got a bunch of gravel up in the front splitter from where I bottomed out coming in. Bottomed it out twice. I have been using the front lift more diligently now.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime I see something, it's just real easy to go over there and hit that button and lift it. So, yeah, I think the modifications are just starting. This is just to clean it up so I can drive it. Now I'm more excited to work on the engine and get the air intake and some more light modifications to it. Maybe you don't make a bunch of horsepower, but you get that good, clean, crisp power.
So we get an outro.
Outro.
Outro with Aaron.
I need a good one.
What do you mean?
I need a good one. Like, what would my outro be? Outro. Something like "Keep on Trucking" or something. It's good. I got to come up with that.
I like that.
What would be a good one?
Let's get
Let's see. What are we gonna do? That would be what would you call it? Supercars and Success.
Yeah.
All right. That would be Supercars and Success with the C8 with the truck driving Jesus. Keep on trucking. Huh?